Hi, I'm Dan Schmitt. I do a weekly television show called Team Chicago Challenge. My website is teamchicago.tv, teamchicago.tv. This is the second part of the clip I'm putting up on YouTube. CAN TV, or Chicago Access Television. I've been part of this since 1986. I have produced all these shows, 150 shows, going through Team Chicago Access, racing motorcycles, having a great time and designing great t-shirts. So in the next 20-25 minutes, I'm going to show you some more of my artwork, a couple of the video clips of the shows that go along with the artwork. I think you're going to appreciate great artwork, great motorcycle racing. I have been blessed that I've been able to shoot all these great TV shows and create this great artwork. And don't forget my website, teamchicago.tv. In 1999, Steve Karson and I won the championship in Middle-weight Superstock. A lot of work and help from our friends at 4 and 6 Racing.
The next piece of art we're going to look at is from 2000. So this is a shirt that I gave to the instructors and that we sold at the school. Remember, we got to keep remembering that these t-shirts were designed for the Roadrace School at Grattan Raceway. So we started that school in 1993, and we continued on to 2016. So every year I made a new design, and that's what this whole collection is all about. Well, in 1999, Steve Karson and I won the Middle-weight Superstock Class running the WERA National Endurance Series. We won the first race at Talladega, and from then on we stayed in the points lead. And then also in 1999, we ran a 24-hour race at Willow Springs. We finished well enough at the 24-hour that we had the points locked up for the championship. So in 1999, we won the championship. I designed this t-shirt, the back and the front. And this is the shirt that we gave to the instructors at Grattan Raceway, and I sold to the graduates. And we also I always gave shirts to the safety crew out there at Grattan Raceway.
As Steve Karson heads down the back chute, and he had 4 and 6 prepared, YZF 600 Yamaha. The bike hasn't missed a beat. Steve's been running a great race, turning 102s, 103s. I've been getting 104s and 5s. We're leading in middleweight Superstock as Arclight Suzuki comes flashing by. Oh, coming into pits now. 174. This is the team that's right behind us. But I'll tell you, I don't know what kind of pit stop this is. 174 is TM Motorsport on a 600 Suzuki from Plano, Texas. And I'll tell you, after I seen this pit stop and I knew I had to go back out, all I knew I had to do was just keep riding around the track. You talk about, what do you guys think this is, a Sunday ride? I gotta get around this Honda. I got the other 600 Yamaha right behind me. That's 97, that's Team Action. The team out of West Lafayette, Indiana. And like I say, if you're not passing the bike in front of you, there's always someone right behind you trying to get by you. So they shoot down the back straight on the 4 and 6 prepared 600 Yamaha dealers, Race Tire Service Dunlop, AirTech, Torco Racing Fuel and Oil, Regina, EBC, HJC helmets, and Kit Racing. And here comes that 600 Yamaha of Action. Team Action from West Lafayette as they squirt down this front straight. I got this traffic jam in front of me. I got to get through this traffic. Picking up the win with the checkered flag is Arclight Suzuki as I come down the front straightaway, and this is our first win ever. The Team Chicago YZF ran flawlessly. Steve Karson rode perfectly, and I did okay myself. But what a great event. The best way to start off the season, because now we are leading in points.
The shirt I produced in 2001 is a reflection of Steve Karson and I racing in 2000. Now, 2000 wasn't a good year. We did not retain our championship in middleweight superstock with WERA. We had a little problem during the year, but this shirt to me is a huge celebration. I set the thing up, Steve Karson and I, in front of Navy Pier, and our greatest race, Team Chicago Endurance Team's greatest race, took place not with WERA. Great Lakes Roadrace Association, which was a new association that ran at Grattan Raceway, and our good friend Eric Nackey, he's the one that started GLERA, Great Lakes Roadrace Association. But they did a 6-hour endurance. Steve Karson and I went to the 6-hour endurance. There was probably 30 teams. They only ran 3 classes. They had heavyweight class, heavyweight superbike, middleweight superbike, and lightweight class. We rode the middleweight superbike class. We dominated that. I mean, it was our greatest race, and we came within 15 to 20 seconds of winning the overall race. I mean, that's how close, after 6 hours of racing, it was up against the Decker brothers and them guys, fast guys from Grattan Raceway, and we were this close. They were riding a Honda 1000, and we were on the 600 R6 Yamaha, and it was very dramatic. And
coming down the front straightaway, Dave Decker still up front with the Decker boys on that RC 51. Steve Karson is now in second place on that 4 and 6 Yamaha, and participating Yamaha dealers, Race Tire Service Dunlop, AirTech, Torco Racing Fuel and Oil, Nolan Helmets, Vespa Brakes, Regina Change, Weir Dampener, Bangarang Rear Sets, AIM Micron Lap Counter, Alpine Star, Bates Leathers, and Factory. Steve Karson is bringing it up to speed. He's dropping down in the 127 range, keeping up with Dave Decker. We've got some experience out. We haven't ran Grattan in the last couple years. The teams line up. We're lining up according to our position. After the first hour, got Decker on the right. Sylvania is running third, is on the left. So we wait for the start, 1 minute board. Bring the revs up sideways. Green flag, first gear, second gear, third gear, fourth gear. One downshift. Boy, I got a great start. You come through the oil dry, you can see the line where the oil was. They did a good cleanup. I make it through there. I'm staying on the inside, away from that line. Turn 2, still up front. Boy, this is the first time. Come to the off-camber downhill, turn 3. I'm still up front. This is the first time I remember leading a road race. Christ, I can't even remember. Turn 4, downhill towards the hump. On the gas. Drag that rear brake over the hump, into the S's, right, left, right. I can hear that Honda behind me. Now coming down the front straightaway, Steve Karson trying to set up the draft pass. Just doesn't have enough power. The RC 51, 1000 twin, just a little bit more power, and Dave Decker, like I said, he's got thousands of laps out here at Grattan Raceway. But after 5 hours and almost 45 minutes, first and second are this close. The 6-hour endurance race by Great Lakes Road Race Association at Grattan Raceway. This is a barn burner. White flag. Team Chicago, we didn't have enough gas. Steve had to back off, slow down. We had to settle for second place. So it's Team Decker, Decker boys picking up the win. Team Chicago second, Free Radicals third, 3-2 Racing's fourth, TVR is fifth, Checkout is sixth, Team 51 is seventh, eighth was BTGG, ninth went to turn 1, and 10th place went to Team Bear.
And first place. Battery.
First place in the Middle-weight Superstock Class. 4-6. I'm sorry.
Go ahead. Well, where he's at all the time.
The next piece of artwork in this display is my 2003 t-shirt. This is a shirt that would have been given to the instructors at the school. The students could buy the shirts. See, the thing about these shirts, on the back of the shirt, I would put instructor, or I would put graduate, or I would put safety crew. So all the 10 members of the can-do safety crew up there at Grattan Raceway, I would give them all shirts. And all my instructors, I would give them shirts. And then we would have shirts and I would sell them to the graduates so I could make a little bit of money, because the school at that time, I never really made any money on the school. The school started out being free, then eventually it became $25. When we started out the school, it was free if you pre-entered. If you're not pre-entered, then it costs you $25. That went on for about 5 or 8 years. But you gotta remember, to put the school on, they had to have an ambulance. And even back then in the 93, 94, the ambulance was like $600 a day. Just to sit there, that's if nobody gets injured. And our school was very safe. We never had any injuries. This shirt here is another great shirt, because in 2002, we were battling for the championship, Middle-weight Superstock, with Team Life. Team Life, friends of ours from Pennsylvania. Phil Caudill, who let me ride with him at the 24-hour in 2000. He joined Team Chicago. And I'm going to show you footage from Texas World, because we were behind in points as we came. This Texas World was the second to last race of the season. Road Atlanta was the final. I told Steve and I told Phil at the beginning of the race, if we could not win that race, we did not deserve the championship.
The teams continue on at Texas World for this WERA GMD CompuTrack National Endurance. And towards the end of 4.5 hours of racing, Joe Malinese and that Team Life, Yamaha, they are leading in Middle-weight Superstock in 7th place, and at G4Psycho.com, MotorHeaven.com, P&M Motors. But Steve Karson and the Team Chicago, 4 and 6 prepared Yamaha dealers, is on the charge. He's going to catch Joe Malinese as we get ready to hand the bike over to me, and it's going to be my turn to take the Team Chicago bike out. 4.5 hours down, 1.5 hours left at Texas World.
Get out of here.
Now it's my turn to do battle at Texas World. I head into the first corner. Fast sweeping left-hander. One and two, a continuous left-hand corner. Get on the gas. Stay on. Late brake, right-hander. Back on the gas, little hump, make it over the...
So it was my job during this 45-minute stunt to stay on the same lap as Team Life, to stay with Kevin Warner. And then the last 45 minutes of this race, Phil Caudill was going to take over and see if we could win this race in Texas.
But Vezra Suzuki, Trey Beatty, is leading the way as Phil Caudill comes by in the Team Chicago, 4 and 6 prepared Yamaha. Phil is flying out there. He's making tracks, turning 51s, 52s. Bent Racing, the local team, is running in 4th place. And yet Ice Motorsports and Joe Malinese and Team Life comes by. Phil Caudill has caught Team Life Team Chicago is now in the lead in middleweight Superstock. Psychotherapy is running in 6th place. His team out of New York is Phil Caudill. Keeps the hammer down. He is on the charge. Phil is running great. I have to forgive him for crashing one bike in practice. We are on the 2000 backup bike, Army of Darkness. They're running in 3rd place. They are leading middleweight superbike. As we get to the end with the flag, it is WERA Suzuki picking up the win. Phil Caudill comes by. Team Chicago, we have finally won a race, a 6-hour, a grueling 6-hour in Texas. It is 95 degrees, but in the points, WERA Suzuki's up front. Army of Darkness has moved to 2nd, Team Extreme 3rd, WERA 2 is 4th, Psychotherapy is 5th. 6th place is Team Life, as we see Joe Malinese on Team Life come by. 14K to Movie is in 7th. Team Chicago, we've moved to 8th. J&J is 9th. Velocity Crew is 10th. As Trey Beatty pulls a donut, and in middleweight Superstock, Team Life has got 9.9 points over Team Chicago. It will all come down to the final at Road Atlanta with the WERA National Endurance Series.
2007 and then 2008, Josh Schmitt joined Team Chicago. And the beauty of Josh coming on board, racing with Team Chicago, was I also got Rich and Wendy. Rich and Wendy are Josh's parents. It really made things real easy for me. In fact, when I was shooting the video, I would even give Rich an extra camera, and he would shoot the start of the race and let the bikes come run on through, and I could be in another location. Because the proudest thing I have to say about the whole WERA National Endurance thing and all the video I did from 1995 all the way through 2009, you watch my show, it looks like a multi-camera production. Either it was footage I got from Dennis Torres, some of the races I got footage from other producers, other TV guys, and then having Rich shoot the start and I would be in a different location. I ended up putting together some great shows. So let's look at some of the footage. One of the races I'm racing with Josh, and I put this t-shirt together, and I called it the U.S. Tour, the Team Chicago U.S. Tour. I'm very proud of this shirt. I think this shirt is great. And I picked out all the different locations, all the different racetracks we were going to race at. I used the map of the United States, and I love drawing maps. So I really like this shirt. Josh out in front, me in the background, and it's a pretty good design. And let's go look at some of the racing footage. Josh Schmitt racing the Team Chicago.
Well, we are 2 hours into the race. In fact, at 2 hours, it is WERA Suzuki up front. MPT Racing 2 is 2nd, Brand X is 3, BP Concepts is 4th, TVR, Team Velocity Racing, Team Mo, Southwest Grill, they are in 5th place, Suzuki Rider Development 6th, BPH Racing is 7th, Wyco Racing is 8th, and look who comes sneaking by. This is my good friend, Kevin Perkins. He is on Velocity Crew Racing. Paul Youngman crashed their bike in the first couple laps. They are on their backup bike. They are on new Suzuki 600s. It looks like I can run with Kevin. Some tracks I'm as fast as Kevin. Some tracks he just smokes me like Summit or Road Atlanta. As we see Josh Schmitt in the Team Chicago 4 and 6 prepared Yamaha dealers. You see we got our new Hot Bodies bodywork. It was delivered to the track and we installed it. But the red flags are flying. Red flags are flying. It looks like Brand X has gone down. The red flag came out. Everybody returned to the pits, and now a complete restart. Matt Tashima Performance is at the pole on the outside with WERA as they head down the front straightaway. Team Mo has got the jump. Team Mo, Southwest Grill. Here we see Brand X.
13x.com, brand X number 13. Now once the flag flies, you can begin to work on the bikes.
In 2012, I was very busy. In fact, I look at how many races I raced in 2012, and in the meantime, in 2012, I was also the candidate for the 5th Congressional District. So I took on Mike Quigley. The new district was drawn every 10 years. They take a census. After the census, they redraw congressional lines. The 5th Congressional District now went into DuPage County. I knew I would win DuPage County, different along the strip of land between 83 and the tollway in DuPage County became part of the 5th Congressional District. So I drew for my shirt today. I had 2 shirts. The one shirt was I got to get home and vote for Dan Schmitt using the Terry and Pirate art. The other shirt I did for Mitt Romney. You want to talk about fake news? Fake news has been existing forever, as far as I'm concerned, as far as being a Republican. But they really got down on Mitt Romney really hard and talked about him, because his sons mentioned one time that they went on vacation all the way to Canada. And they took their Irish setter, Seamus, and they put him up on the roof in his kettle. Well, it turns out Mitt Romney also put a windscreen in the kettle, and I'm sure that dog was as happy as could be being on the roof of the car in the fresh air, either in the back of a pickup truck, sticking their heads out the window of cars. Dogs love to be in the wind. They are thrilled. So whereas the fake news made Mitt look like a bad guy, the reality is that Mitt was really quite a great dog lover. So I drew this and I made it one of my t-shirts for my campaign. I put Mitt and his wife Ann in a Oldsmobile Woody, put the kids in the back seat, and put the dog Seamus up on the roof. And I think it's a pretty spectacular. I hand drew the car. I'm pretty proud of my artwork, and I think it's pretty excellent. I think it's an excellent piece.
And the final piece of t-shirt artwork in this exhibit celebrates 20 years the Roadrace School at Grattan Raceway, featuring my son Dan, my grandson Brandon, and me.
E.J. Fasten, who owned Grattan Raceway, wanted to get more people interested in motorcycle road racing because he had a racetrack. So one of the concepts we came up with was to put on a free road race school. And the school expanded. It grew to be 100 students, 15 to 20 instructors. All the instructors got a free shirt every year. That's how they identified. They put their shirts over their brothers. They had an instructor on the back, and we could tell who the instructors were on the racetrack. So I put this shirt together to celebrate 20 years. The 3 bikes, there's 3 different bikes on this picture here. One is my son Danny, riding the FZR, because in 1989, they had an 8-hour endurance at Grattan Raceway. Danny rode with me, Dave Bernard rode with me, and we raced that 8-hour endurance. So that's a picture of my son from 1989 on the 1989 FZR. The next picture is the white bike of my grandson Brandon Griffith, and he's racing George Bush for president, Alan Keyes for Senate, vote Republican, R6. And then the other picture is me racing at Grattan Raceway on the blue R6 Yamaha. So I put all 3 of us together in one picture, celebrating 20 years of the school. My grandson Brandon helped out at the school. I mean, he took the school when he was 14, riding a Lee Rogosi's 550 Kawasaki or Suzuki. So great times, 20 years of school. We did it for 3 more years, and I'm very proud of all these shirts, all these designs that I have put together, and having shirts and him identifying with the different years of doing the road race school.
For more information on public access television in Chicago, give them a call at 312-738-2800 and learn how to produce your own TV show. For more information on Grattan Raceway, it's GrattanRacewayPark.com, Grattan Raceway Park MX, or give them a call at 616-691-7221. To contact me, it's teamdan45@gmail.com, and look for other motorcycle racing videos right here on YouTube. Search with Dan Schmitt Motorcycle Racing.